In this video, I'd like to address the specific characteristics of each life cycle. Starting with predictive, we can see that work in predictive projects is done in a linear fashion. This means that all the steps in a predictive project are executed sequentially. This sequential execution is possible in predictive projects because they have firm requirements, stable teams, and low risk. In fact, changes to requirements in predictive projects are normally discouraged or even restricted, and the team tries to stick to the plan by controlling changes to scope, schedule, or budget, as also discussed in a previous video. In fact, major changes result in significant cost and time in predictive projects. Because releases happen only after all sequential steps have been undertaken successfully, business value is normally delivered only at the end of the project. Next, let's move on to iterative life cycles. One of the main features of iterative life cycles is that they are feedback driven. By this, what I mean is that they improve the product through successive prototypes or proofs of concept. Each new prototype yields new stakeholder feedback and team insights. Teams may use time boxing on a given iteration for a few weeks, gather insights, and then rework the product based on those insights. Thus, working in iterations curtails the uncertainty in the project. Next, let's move on to incremental delivery. So some projects are optimized for speed of delivery. Many businesses and initiatives cannot afford to wait for everything to be completed, and in these cases, customers are willing to receive a subset of the overall solution. This subset is called an increment. As you can see from the picture, all the steps of analyze, design, build, test, and deliver are being carried out in a single iteration. And what this means is that a small unit of features are being built and released in quick succession rather than a big bang release. Hence, business value in incremental projects is delivered often, and thus customers are able to receive products and services more quickly as compared to a predictive lifecycle. Next, let's talk about Agile life cycles, which are a combination of iterative and incremental techniques. In Agile life cycles, you have iteration-based Agile and you have flow-based Agile. We will first address iteration-based Agile. So under iteration-based Agile, for example, such as Scrum, teams work in iterations or sprints to deliver completed features. Teams also prioritize features based on business value using techniques such as product backlog prioritization. And teams also use small batch sizes or build few features in a given period of time. Then, in addition to iteration-based Agile, you also have flow-based Agile, such as Kanban, that does not necessarily use iterations. There is a continuous flow of features to the backlog, and the team picks up features based on the available capacity in a method like Kanban. The team then defines the work with columns on a task board and manages the work in progress for each column. Furthermore, the team and the business stakeholders may determine the schedule for planning, product reviews, and retrospectives. Generally, planning is done on demand and based on the tasks on the board meeting some kind of criteria. So there you go. I've just covered broadly all the characteristics of the different life cycles. You will find more information about these characteristics in the Agile Practice Guide as well.